Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And oh my goodness, we got a crap load of fight announcements. It's wild. So, first off, we out of nowhere, laying in bed, just finished Yellow Jackets. Haven't watched it. Weird show. Sitting in bed, I realize I look at my Twitter and all I see is, oh, Dana White fight announcements. All right, let's take a little gander. 10 of them. Okay, let's see. So first, Dan Ige, Sean Woodson. Little bit of a stylistically a weird fight, for sure. But also, Sean Woodson, very, very good boxer. Huge step up. Agreed. No argument there. Great boxing against big, big power from Dan Ige. But Sean Woodson will be touching Dan Ige. He will be sticking that jab out there with those big hooks he has, ripping to the body. Don't count out Sean Woodson. Next, we got, oh boy, Jeff Neal, Carlos Prates. For some reason, my initial thought is this is a little bit of a step down. Now, I don't think Jeff Neal is worse than Neil Magny, but for some reason, it does feel like a step down. With all the momentum, all of these things, I love the matchup, but initial thoughts, it felt like a bit of a step down, but it's going to be an absolute banger. Can Jeff Neal deal with the length and the accuracy of Carlos Prates? I don't know. I don't know. We will find out. But can Carlos Prates deal with the pretty decent defense, striking-wise, of Jeff Neal? And will he be able to eat the shots that Jeff Neal is throwing at him? Because I don't think he one-shot KOs him. That seems crazy. But unbelievable fight announcement right there. And then next, we have Valentina Shevchenko versus Manon Farah. And this is a fight that kind of been talked about a little bit as the weeks have been going on. Manon Farah beat Erin Blanchfield, and it was kind of like, all right, she's next. And I'm not crazy excited about this fight, but I do like it because it's two girls that has really, really good stand-up. I don't think Manon Farah's great on the ground, and I would assume that's probably where Shevchenko is going to be wanting this fight. I do think she exchanges with her. I do think she fights with her. I do think she has better kicks, but it's an interesting fight. It's an interesting matchup, and we're going to find out who's going to win that one. Next, very exciting fight. We have Bilal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena. And this fight is interesting to me because you have JDM, who's on this crazy run right now. People had a controversial split decision for when he fought Hafez. Wasn't that close in reality, but still supposed to be Shavkat, but he is not ready. He is still injured from the Ian Gary fight, or previous from the Ian Gary fight. People don't know, but Shavkat tore his ACL and stuff before the Gary fight, and it's still not healed. So there is that. JDM fighting Bilal Muhammad. Obviously, JDM's gonna have to be careful with that ground game. There's some certain things he can't let happen, but toe-to-toe striking, JDM obviously is the better striker. I do think he's going to be having to keep Bilal off of him, but he has some really, really technical, sharp boxing that could keep Bilal off of him. So I'm very intrigued to see how JDM decides to fight Bilal. Is it just make sure you're throwing knees with your combinations, don't let him get in too close? Obviously, if he does, you throw the knee, you throw the uppercut. How does he deal with that pressure style of Bilal Muhammad? So, very interesting. Next, we have Yair Rodriguez, who I think is severely overrated. And you have Patricio Pitbull Pitbull. This fight is actually awesome. I actually put on my community page a picture that Pitbull wanted to come to the UFC and said, please, please. And I don't have to say please anymore. It is here, 38 years old, which kind of sucks, to be honest. He's probably a little bit out of his prime. But I hope we see some good moments from Pitbull. He's really one of the best fighters in the world. He's at the tail end of his career, of course, but I just hope to get a couple good moments for Pitbull to get the recognition he does deserve. And I hope people realize how good Pitbull actually was. Hopefully one day we'll get that third fight with him and Michael Chandler, but still. And then next we have Michael Chandler, speaking of the devil, Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. It's a weird fight. Is it a winnable fight for Chandler? Yes. Is it a winnable fight for Paddy Pimblett? Yes. It's going to be good. Whether we agree with the matchup, whether we think Chandler should be there or not, it's going to be a really, really good fight. It just is gonna. You know, Paddy has some really terrible striking defense. Chandler might be able to expose that. Do not count out Michael Chandler. Paddy Pimblett has some incredible grappling. Again, his kicks aren't very good. His strikes aren't very good. He has good killer instinct for sure, but this is going to be a chaotic, crazy fight for sure. And then next, and probably one of the bigger announcements, honestly, is Ilia Topuria relinquishes his 145-pound title. And next, as you see here, Alexander Volkanovski will fight Diego Lopez at UFC 314, April 12th, about 2 months from now. And I love this fight. The first round is going to be crazy dangerous for Volkanovski, but if there's any guy that can beat a guy like Diego Lopez, it is Alexander Volkanovski, unless he's just to that point where he can't take shots. I think he can beat Diego Lopez, but a breakdown and all that stuff will come out later down the line. But I couldn't believe this fight was actually announced, and I especially couldn't believe that the featherweight champion relinquished his title. Next, we have another, whatever announcement, really. Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady. It's supposed to be JDM. Obviously, JDM gets the title shot. Sean Brady steps in. It's a good fight for Sean Brady. I mean, that's what it is. Leon Edwards is one of the most overrated fighters in the UFC roster, and he's fighting Sean Brady. I like this fight for Sean Brady. Obviously, there's a distance management thing that he's gonna have to. Make sure it's in his mind to where he's standing at, where his feet placement's at. But he has really good pressure. He has really good takedowns. His striking's not great, but if Bilal can strike with you and beat you up and hurt you and wobble you, so can Sean Brady. That's the reality. Dana White, Uncle Dana, you are the best. Thank you very much for reminding the people why we love the sport, why we love MMA. In less than an hour, Dana White says, the only fight that could have been announced that people would have even gone crazier for is Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall, and that will come in a few months. And as always, guys, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like these fight announcements? Do you think they could have done different ones? Which ones are you expecting here in a couple months? And as always, peace.